What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. After Sound here, bringing you Splinterlands content every single day. We also stream right here on this channel every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday morning, so come by and say hello. All right, guys. Well, I wanted to share a little bit of bullishness on land via Cryptomancer in the Mav chat on the official Discord. Now, there's a couple. Cryptomancer was going back and forth about land and boss fights. Boss fights are cool. It doesn't mean anything to me. I don't have any boss fights. Or I wasn't around when the boss fight Kickstarter happened, so when it happens, it happens. That's cool. But land is here and is being built on, and I wanted to share this with you guys because I think it goes very much along with one of the themes that I've been pushing, which is that land is going to be the team's Swiss Army knife, and now in more ways than just one. So let's see here. So Cryptomancer was saying, Doomsayer has a little faith. New game modes are being planned. I wish I could share some of the stuff. I've read internal planning documents for boss fights. It would blow your mind. So coming here, though, he says, what you have to realize is that land is being rolled out slowly in a phased approach because there is much to it. I like the dramatics there. So land 1.5 and even land 2.0 is only the barest beginning of what we want to do. The real awesome stuff will happen after land 2.0. That's the bedrock, the foundation of the system, if you will, that multiple new game modes will be built on top of. Items and spells, boss fights, PvE type quests that incorporate special locations on the map. Lots and lots coming. It just takes time. So then somebody responds to Cryptomancer. Well, actually, I think it's a little bit further down. Where did it go? Well, let's just follow this in order, right? So I guess we can share some of the boss fight stuff. So Cryptomancer does provide this, a heavily redacted spec for boss fights. I don't think that there's anything in it, right? Player picks a fight with a boss turns into a blank, and player has to, so you can go and read this if you want to. Just search up Cryptomancer's name, and you'll be able to find it on Discord. So not saying another word for now. Splinter Forge is welcome to keep doing their thing. They're doing something different than Splinter Forge. So where do we go down here? Now, Getbone this is the comment that I wanted to highlight. So if I well understood, lands will be the core of multiple game modes. I mean, new things will be related and will have as a stable point lands. So lands will be day by day a more relevant asset. Correct. Cryptomancer just replies, yes. Period. Then goes on to say, lands make for such a fertile playground. We'll be building stuff around them for years to come, and the goal is to tie them into other aspects of the game as well. For example, there should be a crossover between guilds and land at some point. Think of what's being done this year as pouring concrete. That is a huge sprawling mansion of what will be built in the years to come. So I think that's the main part here. Now he's talking about 100% for more game modes and all that. So what's the takeaway? What's the takeaway from this? So I've been talking about from an economy standpoint, right? That lands are going to be used as a Swiss Army knife, right? It's just like, if we need, if DEC gets, oversupplied again for whatever reason, then the team can use it to create more additional sinks. Maybe they add more buildings on land potentially, right? That may not necessarily fit the way that it does for guilds because they want to treat land like physical land, but maybe you can do like a sub building that they'll implement in land phase 3 or 2.5. Maybe if there's a voucher oversupply, they can go in and say, all right, well, this part of land, right, this aspect of land can only be upgraded or developed by burning vouchers, right? So it'll be, again, Swiss Army knife, meaning that they can use whatever they need to for the economy. But here's the cool thing now. It's like this whole thing just leveled up and expanded exponentially because it's not just the game economy. It's not just the card game, right, which is the items and spells and NFTs, but they're talking about attaching it to guilds, right? So there'll be some kind of crossover with guilds. There hasn't been any official chatter on this, or at least not official discussion. But you think about all of the other things that could potentially come to Splinterlands, the first of which would be tower defense. And my oh my, like what if, again, I'm talking about years down the road potentially, because we need to get a tower defense game active in the system and see how that interacts with the entire economy. But what if you could do stuff on land that was able to benefit you in tower defense, right? And let's say they're able to get some other kind of arcade style game, right? Like, what was it? Angry Birds. We wanted to make Angry Scavos. What if they make an Angry Scavos type of game or other kind of arcade style game within Splinterlands or another new game mode, boss fights, right? That will all be all be utilizing land to a certain extent. So, I get really excited about this. Obviously, the team is super bullish on land. They have a gigantic vision for what it is. But I'm gonna take the Papa Bear approach just for a second here, just to keep everybody level set. Stuff like this takes time to build. And as you can see, just getting land phase 1 took 2.5 years for the team. And land phase 2 is probably going to take another year. Hopefully we get it by the end of this year, but I've been saying that I wouldn't be surprised if it gets pushed to next year. Now, hopefully what ends up happening is that this becomes kind of like a snowball effect, where if land phase 1.5 can be successful, the sellout of Chaos Legion, we get into this nice, maybe little bear market rally, whatever you want to call whatever Bitcoin's going to do in an off year like this, or the year before it's having. And things could get interesting where hopefully the game grows, the community grows. There's more, money coming into it from an economy standpoint, as well as hopefully for the team. And maybe they're able to level up, right? And therefore bring in more people, plan out more aspects within the game, get all the cool suggestions that we want, that people have been asking for. And this stuff gets easier and easier and faster to build, rather than just, they say going from 0 to 1 is always much harder than going from 1 to 100. So with land just literally being here 0 to 1, there is an argument to be made that if the economy can start to pick up, and I'm talking about the game economy, right? If the game economy can start to pick up, people are, and we've already seen that to a certain extent. Look at DEC; it's almost hitting peg. SPS was at about 3 cents before the massive dump yesterday. So we're starting to see that people are excited about this aspect of the game. And just imagine once Tower Defense comes out, once we do get something like boss fights, once we do get land phase 2, right? Or even land phase 1.5, imagine what that's going to look like for everybody here who's just trying to level up in the game, have achievements, do all these things. So this gets me really excited. Again, I've been looking at land as a Swiss Army knife for the game economy, but my perspective just kind of grew, or leveled up essentially because of the fact that Cryptomancer is talking about it impacting every possible game mode in the future and every possible game that could be built on land, not on land, but on the Splinterlands platform itself, right? So I get excited about that. I just wanted to share this with you guys. Again, there's there's a lot to be bullish about. There's also a lot to be very bearish about, but I'm getting excited about land. This is not financial wise. I'm personally not going out and buying a ton more land, just because this is a long run. This is a marathon, not a sprint, right? Is how I'm looking at it. So my hope is that there will be opportunities in the future where, the market goes through a lull period, maybe now, right? But again, it's hard to tell. But with that, there may be opportunities to get cheaper land, whatever the case might be. But this isn't like you got to get land within the next week or the next month. I think this is something where as we go along, more value will be given to land, but people will need to be patient, just in the way that getting land phase 1 took 2.5 years. It's probably going to be a while before we get all of this stuff. And I think we would need a significant market turnaround, right, within the broader economy. And I still have 2025 pegged, right? End of 2024 into 2025, because the Bitcoin halving will happen next year. And generally, there's always been a relatively strong bull run following that supply crunch. So hopefully we can get a nice rally before then. Hopefully we can get some market activity before then that filters down into, the NFT gaming side of things. But if not, then, team will just continue to build. Hopefully we get land phase 2 by the end of this year or early next year, and then Bitcoin halving, and who knows where we go from there. So that is all I have for you guys in this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I will catch you all in the next one and see you around the game. Take care.